Well, welcome to On Point Live, right here from the Manhattan Beach studios. Hi, everybody. I'm Vince Ferragamo, former Super Bowl quarterback, and well, we're getting we're getting some feedback over here.
Yes, we are.
Well, Jackie, you got it on there.
I'm listening to it live.
Well, we're live, and we're coming to you live tonight because we're going to preview the Seattle Seahawks and the New York Giants, their Monday Night Football game soon. But before I do that, let me bring in my partner, Hall of Famer and 20-year NFL legend, Jackie Slater. And Jackie, wow, what a big weekend. We have to recap what happened this weekend. And I'm telling you, our local teams did really well. The Rams and both the Chargers, they both won.
They were both impressive, Vince. And they did the things that they had to do against their opponents in order to win the ball game. It was uniquely designed game plans on both sides of the ball by the coaching staffs.
You know, Jackie, the Rams had to travel to Cincinnati earlier the previous week. Then they had to come home. Then they went all the way back to the Midwest, to Indianapolis, had a short week preview game. Jackie, they didn't come out flat. They were energetic. They were excited to play high tempo. It didn't seem like there was any jet lag at all for the Rams.
No, not at all. And you know, Vince, that's a product of having this team be young, aggressive leaders right off the college campuses. They don't know any different now. But if you ask Aaron Donald or if you ask some of the other veterans, could they feel the difference going 3 hours and being 3 hours behind on the East Coast? They tell you, yeah, obviously we can feel that. But these young guys, they just came out and played. And also Aaron Donald. If you watched Aaron Donald's game against Quentin Nelson, you would never know that he had jet lag or anything like going on.
They had to go overtime to win, too, Jackie. 29
Absolutely.
to 23, they beat the Colts. But you know what surprised me, though? The Rams had a great defensive game plan to contain Anthony Richardson, the young star quarterback who was very athletic, Jackie. He can move around. What were they doing to stop him? He couldn't get anywhere.
You're absolutely right. Raheem Morris, the defensive coordinator, looked at this guy and said, hey, we can't let this guy just take off. And we're probably going to anticipate him taking off because we're going to do enough stuff with coverages where he feels like he has to do that. And he did on several occasions. But one of the unique things that happened, I noticed, was that when they ran their stunts, they would penetrate with the down lineman and they would loop a linebacker like Ernest Jones right over the middle. And though he was penetrating, he was spying. He had his eye right on the quarterback. If he had taken off, he would run right into his arm. So I think Raheem Morris did that team a huge, huge favor with the designs that he had to contain this athletic quarterback.
Jackie, two of the best in the business, Aaron Donald and Quentin Nelson. They were going after it, Jackie, head to head. Jackie, you saw the one play, Aaron Donald prevailed.
It was unbelievable. You know, I'm sitting there watching this game. Now, you got to understand that this offensive guard that you just called his name, Quentin Nelson, was the first offensive guard to be awarded a $22 million per year contract.
Don't you wish you could have got that kind of money?
Of course I wish I could have got that kind of contract. I mean, he is just that good. Yeah. And the other interesting thing about that to me is that usually people will turn the offensive line to Aaron Donald. In other words, the guard would block him, and then the center would come over and help, and the backside guard would be by himself. They turned the protection away at times, and they left Quentin Nelson one-on-one with Aaron Donald as if he could handle him. Yeah. And I'm telling you, Aaron Donald got healthy. He got a lot of pressure on the quarterback. That first sack he had, he just knocked him back 9 yards, dropped him right in the heart of the pocket. And if you know anything about Vince, if you know anything about the game of pro football, and you look at Aaron Donald, if you watch that game, you have to say to yourself, this is the best defensive tackle that I've ever seen play.
You know what, Jackie, not too many people are going to disagree with you on that. I'm telling you. But as good as the defense was, Jackie, and they've held teams 20 points or less in most of the games, they played great on offense. With this young team, they had 40 passes, Jackie, for over 300 yards, and they had 36 rushes for 164 yards.
Balance,
Jackie.
Great balance.
Attack.
That's what we've been calling for, balance.
They're getting it, and they're getting it up front. But you know what, Jackie? I was so impressed with Puka Nacua. He has been so impressive, Jackie.
Why is he having so much success?
You know what, Jackie? He's intelligent. He's a smart receiver. He knows when to break. He's been given great information from the coaching staff, and he knows how to direct his routes. He knows when to slow down, when to speed up, and he's got options. to run. And Matt Stafford is using him like he's been a seasoned veteran.
Like he's been there the whole time.
So it's going to be real interesting to see Cooper Kupp when he comes back in the lineup with him and Puka both in the lineup. They're going to have some kind of passing attack you wouldn't believe.
They certainly are.
But Jackie, they're also doing it up front. But a couple weeks ago in the loss, they struggled on the offensive line. I think one of the players, Zach Thomas, had a problem, and you recognize some fundamental
I did, Vince.
problems up front. What was going on?
I did. You know, Zach is a young guy and 6'5", about 300 pounds, which is a little light for the left tackle spot. But he was putting himself behind the 8 ball with his setup. What he did in a loud stadium, he came to the line of scrimmage and he put his eyes on the ball. He never looked at the defensive end. He put his eye on the ball. So now when the ball snaps, he's got to find the guy while getting enough depth. And that simply did not occur. He was finding the guy, trying and not getting enough depth, and the guy was running right by him. Everybody in the country saw that. But the difference was, what they did was they took Noteboom, who was previously scheduled to be their left tackle. They took him from right guard, and they took big Kevin Dotson that they traded for from Pittsburgh and put him at right guard, and they moved Noteboom over to left tackle. And if you watch Noteboom on those noisy pass rushing situations, he had his head facing the opponent where he uses peripheral vision on the ball, and he got ample depth, and then he had plenty of girth to be able to ward off that pressure from the blindside pass rusher. I think that's who they're going to have to play at left tackle from this point on, unless Lamar Jackson is healthy and get back in the lineup, because he actually knows what he's doing, what he can't do, and it makes a difference. You can't not block these pass rushers in the National Football League, whether they're interior pass rushers or edge pass rushers, if you're taking improper sets, if you're doing the wrong thing to put yourself in position to block these guys. And that's what was happening with the young man a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, we call that the silent count, Jackie, but you really have to neutralize that pass rush somehow, and you're right about that peripheral vision. Not only does the quarterback have to have it, the offensive linemen have to have it as well.
And have to use it.
And when they're on their game, Jackie, you know, guys like Puka can catch the balls. You know, he's caught 39 passes for over 500 yards in 4 games.
It's amazing.
First time in history. And he caught the game winner. But did you see his first catch?
Walk-off game winner.
Jackie, when I watched the first pass that Matt Stafford threw to him, he tipped the ball to himself on a little seam route.
Yeah.
And the defender was there, didn't know where the ball was, but Puka knew where it was. He tipped it to himself and then kept going. I said, this is going to be something to watch.
You know what? You make me want to get a little excited about watching him and Cooper Kupp at the same time. But I'm inclined to believe that he's running all of Cooper Kupp's routes now. So how can you have two guys on the field running the exact same routes when both of them have great hands?
Well, leave it
to Sean McVay.
Leave it to Sean McVay. He'll figure it out.
He'll figure it out.
He's going to have a twist out there.
He'll figure it out how to get it done.
Hey, let's switch over to the Chargers. Okay, the Chargers, again, played their crosstown rival, the Raiders.
Yes.
You know, in Las Vegas, they played them at home.
Yeah.
Jackie, and they won the game 24-17. Jackie, what was your take from that game? I'll tell you, you know who won that game for them? Wasn't their offense.
It wasn't their offense. So you want to say Khalil Mack, you know,
Wow.
You get 6 sacks and you're impacting the game. There's no doubt about it. But young quarterback Aiden O'Connell for them, you know, he had his hands full. And I would imagine after about that second or third sack, he wasn't thinking too much about throwing the ball down the field. Rather, where is Khalil Mack coming from? But when you looked at the Chargers, Vince, I mean, you would not have expected that they would go and win that ball game. Look at what was going on with them. They had Corey Lindsey, who's the leader of their offense, their center, out. He has some sort of a heart issue, and he's out. He didn't play. Austin Eckler, the guy scored what? How many? 20 touchdowns in the last couple of years. He didn't play and was out. Mike Williams, he tore his ACL, the big devastating receiver of theirs. He was out. Joey Bosa, the other edge pass rusher, he was out. And so you had Keenan Allen, who delivered. You had Josh Palmer, who delivered. Remember that big catch and run he had down there?
Oh, yeah.
And then they were able to go there and beat the Raiders. I happen to believe that Justin Herbert and Kellen Moore, the combination of them, because, Vince, they ran the ball for 5 more yards than they passed for it. They had
155 yards
155 yards rushing.
150 passing.
150 yards passing, and we were expecting all of this air attack arsenal to come from him with all these receivers and Herbert.
Right.
Herbert showed me a lot of toughness, Vince. He broke a finger, shattered a finger in his non-throwing hand, and that's quite painful. Yeah. But he had him put on a glove, and he stayed in the ball game. He kept playing, kept winging it, and I'm sure he won a lot of confidence from his teammates in doing so. The Chargers are a unique football team. Right now, they're a little bit nicked up. The expectations are high going into this season. And I don't want to say because they've lost a couple of guys that they aren't going to be as good, because they have great leadership. Mm-hmm. They have great leadership on the field and in the coaching staff. So I look for them to progressively get better as the season goes.
And Brandon Staley's up to his old tricks again, Jackie. He's going for it on 4th down, and he tried to quarterback sneak, and they were denied that 1st down. But I'm telling you, that was a gutsy performance. Though,
it was.
Because to see Justin Herbert come back in the 4th quarter, a minute 30 left.
Right.
3rd and 10, Jackie, backed up.
Right.
All right. He dropped back. He threw a beautiful go route to Palmer on the left side. Jackie, one of the prettiest passes I've seen in a while. Right on the money, Jack.
Right on the money.
Right there, and it was a 1st down, and that pretty much sealed the game. But the interception at the end of the game really sealed it, Jack.
Yes, it did.
That was a beautiful interception. It was almost like Malcolm Butler.
It was Malcolm Butler. You're talking about Asante Samuel.
God, no
It was just the Super Bowl when Malcolm Butler made that pick. The ball was going inside to a receiver, breaking inside. This one, the ball was going outside. He went right over that outside shoulder.
He read it beautifully. Yeah,
it was a beautiful interception.
Yeah, it was great.
Probably one of the prettiest ones I've seen.
It was a great reception, Jackie. And I'm telling you what. Well, the Rams this coming week have a big contest. They're going to play at home, but they got the NFC champion Philadelphia Eagles coming to town, Jackie. So it's Philly West, and we'll probably see a lot of green jerseys in the stadium. But I'm telling you, Jackie, you know what's funny? All anyone is thinking about is the Kelce and Swift. It's Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift, right? No. This week it is Jason Kelce and DeAndre Swift. DeAndre Swift is having a great season for the Philadelphia Eagles, Jackie.
A couple of 100-yard games back there, and behind this offensive line, I think that when a good running back realizes how good the people are up front, moving people out of the way, they are invigorated and they play some of their best football. I've seen that time and time again. The Philadelphia Eagles has, in my opinion, the best offensive line in all of pro football. They can run block, they can pass block, and they do a great job of play calling because they can run the ball, they can throw the ball. They got a read option game with Jalen Hurts. They're covering just about everything that's cutting edge in football right now. They're covering on the offensive side of the ball. So I think the Philadelphia Eagles are going to be a devastating challenge for anybody, the Rams included. And I think that one of the things that I'm going to be looking for in this ball game is how the defensive coordinator of the Rams neutralizes the run game. Because if he doesn't neutralize the run game and put them in a position where they're almost forced to have Hurts try to beat them from the pocket, then they're going to be on the field for a lot of plays. The Eagles historically, what did they run? 78 plays last week to
78.
That's a lot of plays to 58 plays.
Right.
And if you don't stop that run, you're going to be playing a lot of football on the defensive side of the ball.
Well, Jackie, I'm a little concerned about the physicality that Philadelphia brings to the table, because when the Rams have to face a real physical team up front, they haven't fared out so well. And that kind of takes the mentality of the game away from the game, and it becomes just a slugfest at the line of scrimmage.
Right, and your sluggers better be better than their sluggers, or you're going to get knocked out.
Well, when you have a quarterback that can squat 600 pounds, Jackie, when it's 3rd and 1, Jalen Hurts, he can get under center, and they got that whole scrum that comes at you.
Well, they got the scrum, and don't forget.
It has not been denied. They have never.
Don't forget the trap, where they inserted him from the pocket right into the line of scrimmage off of a trap.
From the shotgun.
From the shotgun.
Yeah.
Sure did.
And talking about Jalen Hurts, Jackie, last week he had over 300 yards passing, and he was 25 of 37. So he statistically, but A.J. Brown has really stepped up, Jackie. Yes. He had 9 receptions for 163 yards, 18 yards per catch.
Caught everything thrown his way.
I mean, and
you remember that shouting?
Smith, don't forget about him.
Remember the shouting match that Brown had with Hurts a few weeks ago? Yeah, well, they got that straightened out somehow, man. And they're on the same page because
I like a receiver when he comes back to huddle, says, "Hey, I'm open. I'm open." And Stephon Diggs.
Oh.
Stephon Diggs will come back in the huddle for Buffalo Bills and tell Josh Allen, hey, man, I'm open. Listen, they can't cover me.
Right.
That's what I like in a receiver.
I like that in a receiver as
yeah,
well, Vince.
yeah.
I really do.
We're talking about that game. We should probably talk a little bit about that big matchup game. Then we're recapping some of these games. The Bills did play at home. They played the Dolphins, who you were very high on, Jack.
Very high on.
Josh Allen.
I had him the number one team.
Yeah.
The number one seeded team in the league.
Are you still thinking that way after they played the Bills?
Vince, if you look at my ratings, I dropped them considerably down the board. You know what? Because I never thought about, I never thought about what Buffalo could possibly do. Buffalo, McDermott has 4 guys that can put heat on the passer. 4 guys.
He didn't even have Von Miller yet, Jackie.
I know.
He comes back this week.
In fact, 50% of the time you throw the ball against Buffalo, you're going to get pressure. And that's bringing 4 guys.
Yeah.
And what he did was he played a lot of nickel coverages, Vince, and he had Tua Tagovailoa confused. Tua Tagovailoa was averaging 10 yards per pass going into that game. The ball was coming out of his hands in 2.3 seconds, Vince. Yes. And, how do you stop that? Well, it didn't happen this time because you got all these nickel packages. Tua had to stand in there and read the coverages, and plus at times they brought the nickel guys off the edge, put extra heat on him. It was just a clinic on how to deal with a quick release, big yardage quarterback, and make him take his time, make him take more time than he needs while you're trying to get to him. It was just I was so impressed with McDermott.
McDermott had a remarkable game plan on defense, Jackie. It was relentless pressure, and that's how you defend a guy like Tua. It's the only way. He's not really big in stature, so if you don't have pressure to him, he's going to eat you alive.
He was
and
eating everybody alive.
They really had a meltdown, Jackie. They just couldn't. He had a couple interceptions. The Bills just gained confidence as the game went on, and Stephon Diggs was like, come on, just keep throwing me the ball.
Keep throwing me the ball.
And,
Did you see that one? How about that one catch and run?
And the guy, they had a pass interference call against him on the sideline. It was a dart thrown by Josh Allen. He caught the ball, Jackie.
Spun
around, and spun through another guy and went.
And then outran everybody else. He's got amazing speed on top of all that. It was an impressive play to see.
Yeah, that's a team to watch out for.
It really is.
We talked about that, and then now with Aaron Rodgers not with the Jets lost again. Yeah, that's.
I think the young quarterback played a little better though.
Yeah, Zach is coming around. He's still got a lot of improvement, Jackie.
Yeah. He mishandled that one snap, and that was critical.
You really have to be focused. You know what Chuck Knox used to say? I don't want to focus. I don't want to space focus. I want to find focus. And when you look at the ball from the shotgun, first things first, you got to watch the ball in. His eyes came off the ball, as you were saying, peripheral vision. The eyes came off the ball. He looked at the receiver and he dropped the ball. And fumbled. It was a big play.
It was a huge play.
Well, Jackie, before we move on to our next segment, we have to mention our sponsor, and that's Central Coast Home Health and Hospice. They're doing some great work in Paso Robles, Jackie.
They really are.
And I'm telling you, we're really excited to be partnered with them. And it's comforting to know, Jackie, when you grow older in age, and when the time comes, and it's great to have an organization like Central Coast you can turn to for help.
Right.
Jackie, and I think it's so important.
It is. What it is, Vince, is comforting. You and I have been around long enough where we've seen a lot of our teammates and a lot of people we competed against over the years leave us, and it is a difficult time for families. And to know the people that we know up there, and to see the type of folk that they are, to come alongside families and do the job that they do, the way that they do it, it's got to be quite comforting to that family. So we just want to, we love the fact that we're partnering with these people. We love the work that they're doing, and we want to challenge you guys. If you're having some need in this area, take a look at this phone number and call them, get their email address here. They are some fine people that's doing some fine work and helping a lot of people during a very difficult time in their lives.
Yeah, and they're always available too, Jackie, because they're always there for you. So I think it's a great thing. And also we have our good friend up there, Dennis Hara, who's
overseeing
up there,
things.
and we're all together on that deal, and it's It's great to see Dennis too every now and then.
Right,
So,
right.
we'll be expecting to see more of them soon. But Jackie, we have to turn our attention now to one of the favorite segments we always have. And this is a segment that you can't live without. I mean, all the things we see in the NFL. We got a segment called "What in the
What
World?"
in the world? What in the world? What in the world was he thinking about? I have no idea. Vince, I'm gonna
What's that now?
Maybe some wine with it.
Oh boy, I'll tell you what. Yeah.
maybe you should pop the cork.
Hey, are you getting hungry yet?
I am getting hungry.
Huh? You starting to get hungry?
It is about time.
Oh man, it's getting hungry.
It is about time for us to have something to eat. Don't
Well,
you think?
we
can't do that on our live.
But we got to talk about what in the world now, Jackie. I got what in the world.
Okay.
The Bears are winless, and they're playing the winless Broncos this past weekend. All right, trying to get straight, trying to get the winner to come up. Okay, Matt Eberflus with the Chicago Bears has got a 3rd down and 1, and they're inside the 20-yard line going into score. The score is tied 28-all.
Wow.
28-28. Okay, Jackie. Denver's starting to come back in the second half. They were up 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Well, they got the ball. They drove down. And Justin Fields, who I like as a quarterback, he's doing good. So all this talk about Justin Fields, they got to change. No. This is a coaching maneuver, all right? You got 3rd down and 1. You can't get the first down. Hey, if you can't get the first down on 3rd and 1, well, let's kick the ball. Let's get our 3 points and go home.
Right.
They went for it on 4th down. If you can't get a yard on 3rd down, I'm sorry. We're going to kick the field goal. But they didn't kick it.
Right.
They came up short on 4th down. The Broncos stopped them. Guess what? Okay, Russell Wilson took the team down, right down the field. They kicked the winning field goal to win the game.
How about that?
Broncos. Well, I was happy to see the Broncos win because I think they're still a good team.
Yeah.
But, the Bears they were fighting hard.
And their quarterback played probably his best football.
Jackie had over 300 yards. He was 26 of 29, something crazy. I mean, he was really good.
Okay, I have a what in the world.
What's your what in the world?
This is my what in the world. You know how much respect I have for Ron Rivera, the head coach of the Washington Commanders. I love this guy. He's a leader of men. There's no doubt about it. We played against him, Vince, when he was at the Bears. Ron Rivera is playing against arguably the best football team in this whole league. And he is down by a couple of scores. Late in the 4th quarter, they come back. They get themselves in a situation where they can tie the ball game or actually go for 2 and win the ball game. Now, Eric Bieniemy has been calling some of the best 2-point plays that we have seen under Andy Reid for the last couple of years. And he did a fantastic job of keeping them off balance throughout the day as they were mounting this comeback. In my opinion, he should have gone for the 2-point conversion right there instead of the tie, because why would you let a team that is clearly a dominant football team have an opportunity to play a 4th quarter against you? In my opinion, I would have gone Brandon Staley on them right there, gone for the win, and taken them out of that opportunity to do what they did, which is to come back, kick a field goal, and beat them.
Jackie, they were a 10-point underdog, Washington. They were traveling to Philadelphia. You're on the road.
You're on the road.
You got them on the ropes, Jackie.
Right where you want them.
It's 31 to 30. If I get 2 points, game over.
You got them right where you want them.
You don't have to go to overtime. It's all over. If I got you on the ropes and I'm boxing, and you're dazed a little bit, I'm not going to let you come back.
Absolutely.
I got to put you away, right?
You got to put me away now.
And, most of these guys will look at these games, Jackie, and say, well, just because of the outcome, well, I would have did it the other way. No. We're thinking this as it's happening.
As it's happening.
In real life.
As it's happening. I'm thinking we got to end this game now. I don't want to deal with these guys for another quarter.
I say, what's he calling that play for? He did it. But, sometimes you just have to gamble.
Yeah.
And I'm not really a kind of a gambling kind of guy that wants to gamble every time, go on 4th down every down. No, I mean, there's a time to go and there's a time not to go.
That was the time to go. And Sam Howell. Sam Howell was playing okay,
do you
man.
smell something? Man, I smell some food cooking.
Yes, indeed.
Jackie, are you getting hungry yet?
Well, I am a little bit hungry, man.
You're always hungry. Huh?
I'm not always hungry, but I am a little bit. Primarily because we got Big Bobby's BBQ. Bobby's BBQ. Yeah, Big B's barbecue.
That's right, Big B's barbecue.
Yes, sir.
Bobby.
And we got to meet him Byron over there, he's a heck of a guy. And just listening to him talk about how he goes about cooking these different delicacies that we are about to taste is enough to make your mouth water right then and there.
I'm getting hungry already smelling this thing.
So I
better open up the wine too. We can have some wine.
Yes, indeed.
By the way, Jackie, we have to have another contest for our viewers back home.
Yeah, let's.
We got a game coming up tonight.
I was thinking.
What do you?
Why don't we do this, Vince? Why don't you, the people that are joining us tonight, as we enjoy some of this barbecue and watch this game, why don't we have a contest like who can pick the closest, who can come up with the outcome of this game, the numbers, the score of the game.
Oh, the total points.
The total points.
Okay, the total points of the game.
Yeah,
that's
total
a good
points
one.
of the
Okay,
game. How about that?
so if the game is 35-20, it's 55 total points.
Right.
So without going over, you want to get the closest.
Right.
And then what are we going to give them?
How about we give them a bottle of wine?
Oh, yeah.
Caressa J. Is that Caressa J?
That's Caressa J.
Caressa J. I'm telling you, Caressa J, you can't beat it.
Super Tuscan. Boy, smelling good.
Yes. Well, quit putting your nose in the bottle and put some in the glass.
We'll put it in the glass, but you got to smell the cork though, Jackie.
Yeah.
Let
me smell the cork.
Man, the cork does smell.
I want to smell the cork.
Smells good, but the food smells better, actually. But yeah, we will. We have to have a contest for all our viewers out there.
Yeah.
We'll send you a bottle of this 2021, which is fairly young, but it's very, very good. It's Super Tuscan, and grapes are grown right here in Orange County, Jackie. Right here. And Caressa J, named after my 3 daughters, so can't be better.
Can't be better.
Kara, Vanessa, and Jenna. All right, Jackie. Man, you hear that sound?
Yes.
Wait a minute, you got to smell it, Jack. Smells pretty good.
Smells pretty good?
Yeah, it smells pretty good. Well, could we be doing this in Ram training camp right now?
Absolutely not.
No, we couldn't.
Absolutely not, Vince.
Man, oh man.
That does have you know what? You've had me, I don't know how long I've known you.
Yeah.
But you've had me to sniff more bottles, more glasses of wine.
Corks.
I mean, Vince, and I'm finally getting to the point where I can smell.
Yeah, you can.
The aroma.
So you don't have COVID. You have no COVID, not when you can smell.
I guess not. Cheers, Vince.
Cheers, Jackie. On Point Live. Hey, pretty soon we're gonna be predicting what's gonna happen. They're warming up here. Both teams are on the field. Geno Smith looking pretty good, Jackie.
300 yards passing on average over the last 3 weeks.
And his receivers.
8.1 yards completion he's throwing it for.
Yeah.
He's got a rushing attack behind him that is violent, physical, and he's got two good receivers.
Yeah, they are strong, Jackie, and it's interesting to see how Geno Smith has been integrated the offense with Metcalf and Lockett. How he's starting to use these guys, and Metcalf is his favorite receiver. That's for why wouldn't he be? He's like 6'5", and he can run through anybody. But the Seahawks have been playing well. Their first game against the Rams, they didn't play so well. I was a little bit surprised. But I think the Rams took it to them. But since then, Jackie, they've won their games. They've won 2 of the last, their last 2 games. And, here they got to play a tough New York Giants team.
And they're putting points on the board, Vince. They're not. They're putting points on the board, and the Giants can't stop anybody. I think they're allowing like 28 points a game on average over the last 3 weeks, and that's not going to work. It's not going to work regardless of who you're playing in the National Football League. So. This is going to be an interesting matchup, and Barkley is out, so he won't be there to help Daniel Jones. And in my opinion, Daniel Jones has played his very best football when he's had Barkley, a dynamic rusher.
Saquon Barkley adds a lot to their offense.
Adds a lot to their offense. He's out with a high ankle sprain, Vince.
Well, he may be
Vince,
playing
the
tonight,
difference?
though,
Do you know the difference between a high ankle sprain and a regular sprain? I had them both.
You've had them both, right?
I've had them both. When you
I've never had a high ankle.
When you have a regular ankle sprain, it's just sprain. It's like you flip your foot to the side, and that area where it bends or gives right there, you twist, you sprain those ligaments around the ball of that ankle, down in that area there, and going down towards your heel. Now, a high ankle sprain is totally different. A high
But you
ankle
can
sprain,
tape that up, right?
you
Couldn't
can
just tape that ankle
it's still-
sprain out.
After a while. You can.
I mean,
tape
with
it
a
up.
little rest, you could tape it up, and
Yeah, after a while.
you can come back a little faster.
Now, a high ankle sprain, Vince,
Right.
imagine that you're running, you have all your weight over your right foot,
Mm-hmm.
and then somehow you get tilted over like this, and you get almost to the ground before that foot pops up like that. Well, what's happening is the stress is going to the lateral aspect of that lower leg, and it's stressing out the tendons and the ligaments all down the side of that lower leg. And I'm telling you, you can't even walk. The bottom of your foot feels like it's burning after you do that for several weeks. And it's we saw Cooper Kupp have to deal with. We saw Aaron Donald have to deal with just a year ago. It's a devastating injury, and it takes a lot longer to heal than a regular sprained ankle.
And we've talked about running backs not getting much respect, Jackie. But when you lose a guy like Saquon Barkley, it's devastating for the team as they have to recover. And running backs take a beating. And you talk about a high ankle sprain. This has been delivered to a running back.
Right.
I'm sure offensive linemen have a tendency to suffer some of those kind of sprains. And they're not like an ankle sprain where you can just jump right back in the lineup. So they do take a while to rehabilitate.
Absolutely.
And, it's
Rest is usually the
yeah.
biggest thing.
Yeah, well, rest, yeah, for sure, just like a hamstring
Right.
situation. But both these teams, Jackie, are in a must situation. I know the Giants are only 1-2 and haven't played great football.
They
But
keep falling behind, Vince.
yeah,
They just keep falling behind. They fell behind to the Cowboys. They fell behind to Arizona, of all people, with no Kyler Murray. They just keep falling behind, digging these holes. And they with Daniel Jones, he's growing and he's getting better, but they just aren't explosive enough offensively to overcome these huge deficits that they allow themselves to get in.
Brian Daboll's done a really pretty good job with this team, Jackie, I think. And it's just the fact that they just haven't played at the level he expects them to play at.
Right.
I think Daniel Jones has come a long way in the last year with Brian Daboll as his coach. But it takes a team. It takes the offensive line. It takes a running game. It takes it's just not one guy that's going to change everything.
No, it just can't be one guy.
Yeah.
But Daniel Jones looks like he's ready to roll.
Yeah.
I mean, he certainly has appeared to be a lot more focused over the last few times that I've seen him.
Yeah.
I don't know. It might have something to do with the over $100 million contract that he signed. But he certainly looks a lot more
There's five
confident.
guys that are showing up on the screen right now, Jackie. Puka Nacua and Josh Allen. And
Vince, I hate to interrupt you, but is it can we get some barbecue here?
yeah, let's get some barbecue. I think
I
so.
think
We
that
got
there's time.
to get Byron in here, right?
There's a time for everything.
Byron, Big B's barbecue.
Yeah, there's a time for everything.
Whoa. Here comes Bobby now.
There comes Bobby now. Big B's barbecue. All right, man. Hey.
Oh, wait a minute. No, Byron.
Okay.
you got-
First of all, you got to tell us what
this
we
is
got.
awesome, man.
What do we have here?
Today we have some rib tips,
Rib tips,
and we have chicken,
chicken,
and we have links, beef links.
beef links.
You opened
we
up
have
that
beans
fast,
and potato
Jackie.
salad.
Yes,
Dude,
indeedy.
wait a minute now. We got some. Now this is what I'm talking about.
Yes, sir.
This is a football meal right here.
Yes, sir.
Wait, we have a hot links. Is
Hot-
this Louisiana hot
No,
link? or-
those are every good hot links.
Ever good hot links. Let me
Jackie's
just
already
let me
biting
just
into. He's
sample.
already getting into
Let
it.
me
He
just
ain't
let
wasting
you
any
know
time,
how
man.
this ever
Okay.
looks.
Wait, I got to know, Byron. What's the best seller of all this right here?
The rib tips are our best seller.
The rib tips.
Rib tips. We
Okay.
call that the woo wop.
The woo wop.
The woo wop.
The rib tips.
Okay.
These right here.
Yes, sir. Those
These
are rib
are?
tips. Yes.
Those are the rib tips.
The woo
Yes.
wop.
Okay, now wait a minute. Now,
now you
are
try
both
with-
of these the same?
Yeah, they're both the same. So you try it first without the sauce.
Without the sauce.
Without the sauce, then you try it with the sauce.
Okay, what do you think, Jackie? Jackie, this looks good, man. Damn. Wait, you got to try it without the sauce.
Without the sauce.
That's what I did.
Wait, they got. So these are boneless? No.
We got a little
No, it has a
the
gristle in
bone.
there.
Got
It
a
has the
little
gristle in there.
gristle in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can eat that, can't you, Jackie?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could.
Mhm.
Mm.
You gotta try it with the sauce now.
Ah,
You don't want no sauce, huh?
You don't need no sauce. You don't need no sauce.
That's the
it's
whole
good.
thing right
Well, let's
there.
try it with the sauce.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Let's try it with the sauce.
Mm.
Boy, tender, just meat falling off the bones, man.
Yes, sir.
That rib,
Mm-hmm.
is that pork or beef?
That's pork.
Pork.
That's pork.
Yes.
Yes,
It
sir.
tastes good.
Thank you.
It's not overcooked. It's not undercooked. Did you rub it? Is there some kind of rub on there you put on there?
It is.
That's
it
a
is.
secret
my-
rub.
Yes, that's
I
my own
can't-
secret
okay,
rub.
Hey,
Hey,
No.
Vince, the sauce.
Rub now.
Wait a minute now. What
Potato salad. Wait, did
I
you
never
make
tasted
potato
sauce
salad?
My wife makes the potato salad.
Oh.
My wife does all the sides and the desserts.
Vince,
Wow.
I don't know what this is,
What?
but if I'm gonna have sauce on some barbecue,
That's it?
that's the one I want.
Yeah.
Taste it.
That's the Woo
Is
Wop
it hickory?
sauce.
Is it a Southern sauce or is it a KC sauce?
Vince,
No.
It's neither one.
you know what
Neither
it is?
one.
It's delicious.
There it is. It's delicious.
It's delicious. Wait, I got to. What did you dip in it?
I dipped the rib tip,
Wait, he's got chicken here too.
but the sausage, this
I think
this right here,
I can't even go to the.
it's so flavorful. I
sausage.
don't need to dip this in anything.
Man,
The
I got to
sausage-
eat these
Oh yeah,
ribs,
those
man.
are awesome.
I don't need to dip.
Those are the best links out.
Mm.
Those are the best links out.
They are. Huh?
Yes.
I'm gonna try one, but man,
Yeah.
it's hard to pass up on these
On the rib tips?
on the rib tips.
Yes.
Could you eat them with your hand?
Yeah, absolutely. You're supposed to.
Eat them with your hand,
Come
Jackie. You don't need a
on.
fork.
Act like you're at home. It's a
Man,
picnic.
Come on,
Mm.
man.
We do backyard barbecue like you're at home.
Backyard barbecue.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
That's good, isn't it? Jackie, you like it?
He haven't stopped yet.
Do I like it?
Wait a minute.
Yes.
That is
You know,
that's spicy, but it's sweet at the same time.
Yes. A little sweet with heat.
Vince, you had
Sweet
something
with heat, that
strange
was-
to
Yes,
say.
sir.
Dang,
A
You
little
stop.
sweet with heat.
I am trying.
We call it the Woo Wop sauce.
Woo wops, huh?
Yes.
Come on in, guys. You guys got to try some of this food. You won't believe it.
This is what I'm talking about: football and barbecue.
Wait, now, Jackie, there's no place that you can go get barbecue ribs and tri-tip and links and chicken with this sauce. Where can you find this? There's no. Have you ever played that has this good food?
No. Absolutely.
I'm
Serious,
serious.
man.
I thank you. I thank
I'm
you.
serious.
I thank you.
Byron, where'd you grow up?
I grew
LA?
up. No, I grew up in Compton.
You grew up in
I grew up in
Compton.
Compton,
Are you
yes.
from Texas, or is this a Texas recipe?
It's a Texas flavor
Flavor.
from my dad.
You grew up in Compton.
I grew up in Compton.
I didn't
yes.
grow up too far from there.
Okay, where at?
I grew up in Wilmington.
Well, okay.
I was born in Torrance,
Okay, all
right
right.
here. Now he's from Mississippi.
Mississippi.
Yeah. Now they
And
got
this-
good. They have food down here like
And
this.
this is the closest barbecue
Mm-hmm.
that I've tasted from some of the very best barbecues that I've
Wow.
ever had, and they were all in Mississippi.
Wow.
This right here would win a blue ribbon
Wow.
at some of the places that I've eaten barbecue.
No
growing up
kidding.
in
Wow.
Mississippi.
Yeah.
That means a lot right there.
This is excellent.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I like the beans too, Byron.
Yeah, my wife does those.
I tell her I like the beans.
Yeah. And then I brought.
Can I introduce
Yeah.
your wife to my wife,
Sure.
and she can they can cook together.
Sure.
All right,
Sure.
that would be good.
And I brought some of her banana pudding. She has a
Where'd you
four
get banana
cookie
pudding?
banana pudding.
Banana pudding.
I'm gonna get you some banana pudding.
Banana pudding.
pudding.
Banana pudding.
Man, Jackie, this is good.
It's very good.
Too bad the viewers out there can't join.
Anyway, did the game start yet?
No.
Well, our viewers, if they
Why
could,
sitting there watching
if
us
our
eat?
viewers could join us here, I'm sure they would appreciate all of this good food. And remember, guys, we don't want you to think we've forgotten you, because we got some of Vince's wine over here that we're going to send out to you. Remember, whoever comes up with the closest score to what this game is going to be out, be
gonna
like
send 'em a bottle of
combined
wine.
score,
The combined score.
without going over. We're going to send them a bottle of Carissa J.
That's right. I don't know what the over and unders of this game is, but probably 50 points or so. But I'm gonna tell you, the wine, this wine, Byron, goes well with this food.
Beautiful.
And Sangiovese grape typically is one of the most versatile grapes that is food friendly with
Really.
any kind of food. So if you ever have a question as to, well, what wine should I order with this dish? If you order a Sangiovese wine,
Sandra.
it's actually, you have a good chance of it complementing the food. And this wine doesn't take anything away from the flavors.
Beautiful.
It just adds to the flavor of the food.
It enhances it.
It enhances the flavor
There
of the
it
food.
is.
Yes.
Beautiful.
That's good too, Jackie. Did you try the wine with it?
Mm-hmm.
Man,
Certainly did.
ribs. Okay, have you tried everything? The chicken too? You're faster than I
That's
am.
the only thing. That's the only thing that I haven't tasted yet. The chicken.
Okay, I'm gonna try the link.
Yes.
Man, look at this link. I like links. Well, all we need is a bun with this, and we can have like a hot dog bun.
We
No?
put it on bread. We don't do buns.
Oh, you-
This is backyard barbecue. We didn't have buns back
That's
then.
right.
We had bread. We put that on some bread,
Some white
bend it
bread.
over.
That's right.
There it is. It's called a bend over. So bend it over.
Bend it over,
you
man.
good.
Oh, I do like that, man.
Yeah.
Man,
Has a nice little spice to
I
it.
like it.
Yes.
That's good. What kind of those again?
Every good.
Have you ever had one?
Have I ever had what?
Ever good link?
I've had a link before.
No, this is good, Jack.
This is excellent.
Thank you. Thank you.
This is really good.
Thank you.
You know, our
We're kind of
producer,
quiet over here.
Yeah, I
love
see.
it.
our producers has been telling us about you
Wow.
for some time now,
Yes.
and he has been bragging
Mm-hmm.
about you and this barbecue.
I can
Yes.
see why.
My first thoughts were, I've had some of the best barbecue in the world.
Right.
I grew up in Mississippi,
Yes.
and everybody know how to break out a barbecue.
Right. Right.
But I'm telling you right now,
Mm-hmm.
this right here will stack up with some of the best I've ever had in my life. This
That's a
this
big
is
compliment,
excellent.
man.
Wow.
This
Thank
is
you.
excellent.
Thank you. Thank you. And people try to tell me to do competition, but I won't, only because this right here, I put my love and passion into this. And I don't want to be rushed in a competition. I want to take my time.
You're proud of what you serve,
That's
and
it.
you want to make it the best.
That's it.
Well,
That's it.
you're doing yourself a mighty fine. Where's your where are you located?
Oh, we're at 5968 South Figueroa, and that's in Los Angeles. We're there every Saturday and Sunday
Between Gage and Slauson.
between Gage and Slauson.
I know, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to come by there.
yes, please
Now,
do.
do you do a remote? Do you mobile? Do you go places to?
Sometime we do, but for the most part, we're there every Saturday and Sunday. We only go out as if we're catering an event or something to that nature. But we're always at that location every Saturday and Sunday.
What are hours?
12:30 to 6.
Wow.
And we have pork ribs, beef ribs, rib tips. We have chicken. We have chicken links. We have beef links. We have smoked turkey wings and smoked pork chops.
Wow.
And then we do mac and cheese, baked beans, potato salad, and string beans.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
It's the whole works.
That's
Yeah.
the work.
The whole works.
Yeah, that's all you
You
need.
got everything, man.
And then we have desserts also. We have our 4-cookie banana pudding, which I brought you to. And we have peach cobbler. My wife makes a peach cobbler pound cake. She makes a 7-Up pound cake with lemon cream cheese icing.
7-Up pound cake.
Yes.
Wow.
It's beautiful.
Is that like rice pudding or no?
No.
It's pound cake.
It's pound cake. Pound cake. Yeah.
7-Up pound cake.
Yes. Yes. We have a caramel cake. We have all kind of cakes. She loves baking.
Oh, she does.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. The chicken's
So
good
this
too.
is
It's
the
so
way. This
tender.
is the
Thank
way to
you.
watch a football game, man.
Golly, man. Yeah.
Why
Well,
don't why
if
don't
they
we do-
only could be so lucky and they have the kind of food we have watching the game tonight,
Why don't we do this more often?
we should do it every week. Byron,
Sounds good to me.
man, I'll trade you the food for the wine.
We could do it. We could do it. You could teach me about the wine.
Yeah,
I can learn.
man, I'll tell
I
you.
don't know how much you want to learn from him. But you're gonna have to break out your French. You're gonna have to break out your Italian.
So good.
I'm not good
He
with all that.
started throwing around those Sangiovaces.
Oh man.
You ain't gonna hear any
Right.
Green Springs.
Right, no. See, I can relate to that one right there.
MD 2020.
Yeah.
You
Now I
just
can
can't stop
relate.
eating. No, that's that's the nice thing.
Because it
about
gets right
this.
there in that palate back there.
Yeah.
And you
Want
got to
more.
keep going. Yeah, exactly.
It's like you want more.
Exactly.
God,
That's the love that we put in our food. That's why
I'm
we
telling
call
you.
it the woo wop.
The woo
you
wop.
got something
The
going
woo-wop.
on here. I'm telling you.
One of our slogans is one time in your mouth.
One time in your mouth.
That's all we need is one time. And then
One
you're
time in
hooked.
your mouth and you're hooked.
You're hooked.
You're hooked. I'm hooked.
Yeah.
I'm hooked.
I could see
I'm
myself. I could see myself driving to your place to buy this.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
And I live a considerable ways away from you.
Okay. We have folks that travel now.
I'm sure you do.
We have folks that travel. We have.
I'm sure you
The
do.
beans,
Yeah.
the potato salad, everything's perfect.
It is.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Well, I'm glad you guys are happy.
Man,
I'm glad you came.
man, no kidding.
Mark has been telling us about him for weeks now.
I know.
Wow.
Why did it take us so long?
I don't know.
Man, Mark, you're right. That's good.
Thank you. Timing is everything.
Man,
It is.
So we have to do the beef ribs next time.
beef ribs. Well, we had pork ribs.
Mm-hmm.
We had the chicken.
Yeah.
I loved everything.
Okay.
I can't see how it can be better.
Oh.
But you said something oxtail.
Oxtails.
Explain
yeah.
oxtails. What's that?
That's the tail of the ox. And so what we do is we smoke those.
Mm-hmm.
We smoke them. And
Get it
you
real
know,
tender.
Yes.
Mm.
Get them real tender, wrap them up, and it's coming right off the bone.
Mm.
It's coming right off the bone. You know, we'll do those next time.
Mm.
We'll do those next time.
Oxtail.
And you never had oxtails before,
I never
right?
had an oxtail.
I have. I
We're
have.
gonna
Have you?
do, we're gonna do them next time.
Had it in New York City.
Mm.
Wow.
And you're gonna have it down here now.
Got to have it down here.
You're gonna be all right.
You just can't stop eating this stuff. It's so good. I hope people get a chance to go to this Big B's Barbecue on Figueroa in Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
That down home taste, and this down home tastes good, huh, Jackie? Man, 5968 South Figueroa Street. Boy,
Yes,
man, that's
sir.
nice, boy.
Thank you. Thank you.
And it's excellent.
It's good. And then you also have a website people can go to, www.bigbsbbq.com.
Yes. And we're
Don't tell
on
me.
social media.
Don't tell me you
also.
ship to people.
I
Do you
can.
have a way of shipping?
Yes.
Wait,
I
how would you ship?
Yeah. How would you do that?
I mean,
Well-
you have to cook it. Did you?
Yeah, we cook it, freeze it, and we
Yeah.
overnight it.
Oh, you do
Oh.
that.
Mhm.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
I have quite a few places I ship food to.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Man.
Where are some of the places?
Oh,
I ship to Texas.
Mhm.
I've shipped to Alabama.
You shipping to places where people barbecue
Yeah.
and cook.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's saying a lot, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jackie's used up that whole sauce plate.
It ain't stop. Yeah. It's another sauce.
You got
right
another
there.
one there, Jackie.
Where I'm from, you don't waste no sauce.
Oh yeah, you got to get it up.
You don't waste no sauce.
Now my son, after I used to make a pot of sauce, he asked for the pot, and he would get a loaf of bread and dip it in that pot.
So what?
My son, he wants the pot when I'm done.
Uh-huh.
He gets a loaf of bread and he dips it in the pot.
He likes that sauce.
He likes the sauce.
That's how good the sauce
And he
is.
drinks it also.
Oh,
So
my goodness.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
That sauce is good.
Thank
That's
you,
the best
thank you.
sauce. I wish I can have it. You don't sell just the sauce, huh?
I do, but I haven't like completely bottled it yet.
Mm.
So like really, I will sell like a gallon of it or whatnot.
Mhm.
But anything less than that, no. I haven't
Right.
got down to a
Wow.
regular bottle size as far as
Do you
sauce.
Oh,
make
you
that
haven't?
daily? Or do you,
I make it probably about 2 to 3 times a week.
wow.
So I make probably about 5 to 6 gallons a week.
Oh,
Awesome job.
Yeah.
That's good.
Thank you. Thank you.
it is excellent.
Thank you.
Vince. I think excellent is a better choice of words.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you guys are blowing me away over here.
I know I'm hungry because I didn't eat anything before I left home, but
It's like
I don't think it really
just
mattered.
keep eating. I mean, even if you were full, you couldn't stop eating.
I don't think
Yeah.
it would have really mattered.
No,
This is really good.
Thank you. Thank you.
I don't.
Well, I know we got a lot of
I
people.
don't even care to watch football right now. I would rather just eat this.
We got a lot of people here in LA that
Mm-hmm.
that like good barbecue,
Yeah.
and if they try this,
Yes, sir.
your business is going to be booming.
That's what we're looking for.
Your business is going to be booming, my friend.
We're looking to go to the next level.
This is going to go to it's going to go to the next level. There ain't no doubt about that.
Yes.
Byron, I got to ask you:
Yes, sir.
are you a football fan?
I am.
You are.
I am.
Okay. You know, we have a Jackie and I. We do a prediction every week,
Uh-huh.
and we try to predict who's going to win or lose. But who's your favorite team? Do you have a favorite team in the NFL this year?
Favorite is the Cowboys.
Because you're a
Yes.
Cowboy fan, obviously.
Yes, yes.
Oh, the Cowboys.
Yes.
Well, Jackie, we have a next segment coming up. Our top 5 picks. Right?
Yep.
Neither one of us said the Cowboys. But we got Byron over here saying Cowboys number 1.
Well, they could be number 1 today.
Today, just for today.
Well, hey,
we're good.
They're a good team this year. They're
Yeah.
a good team, a good owner, and
Boy, they put a whipping on the Patriots, didn't they?
huh?
Did you see the whipping they put on
Yeah,
the
we
Patriots?
did last week. Yeah, but the week before they got beat up by the Cardinals.
Yes, they did.
Cardinals kind of
Yeah.
ran over them a little bit at 222 yards. rushing.
Surprising.
Yeah, and so
And I'm glad I was busy. I didn't get a chance to watch that game.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
you
oh, Jackie,
didn't
man,
see it.
how
Okay.
could you be? You're eating a dessert already? Man, I'm just gonna
Oh.
have to save some of this for later.
That's our 4-cookie banana pudding.
Wow. Jackie found something he liked. He found something he loves. I can tell that right now.
You like that?
Jackie, it's amazing. We didn't have to use more than one napkin. Do you need another napkin? Because man, this food, woo.
My wife makes that. That's one of our hottest sellers down at our spot.
I'm gonna save this for
Yeah,
later.
yeah,
so
yeah,
don't
absolutely.
take
Vince,
this.
taste that.
Absolutely.
What's that?
That's-
I am gonna taste it right now.
Taste the banana pudding.
But I'm gonna save this because save that sauce. Wow,
Man.
that's good. Okay, this is banana
Taste it.
pudding.
Banana
you said?
pudding. Yes, sir.
Taste it.
Banana pudding.
Banana. I like bananas.
Yeah.
Man, she made this, your wife?
Yes.
Oh, look at the consistency of that. Wow, it just kind of like melts in your mouth, huh?
Melts
Jack?
in your mouth.
I told you, one time in your mouth. That's all we
Wow. Wow. That's good stuff.
need. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Bananas. You have to mix up the banana. You have to
You cut them up.
cut them up.
Yes.
Good gracious alive.
I don't know how she makes it. I
And the
couldn't even
pudding
tell you.
is, I love that consistency.
Man, that's delicious.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm glad you brought a small cup.
Oh,
He would eat the whole thing. He'd eat the
I
whole
almost
thing.
brought a big one. I almost brought a big one.
Good gracious alive.
I didn't want y'all
Wow.
to fall asleep in the middle of your
This,
segment.
that is excellent.
Man,
Thank
that
you.
good. You know, my mom was Italian, and we could never leave the dinner table unless we had something sweet to eat.
Right.
My mom would always bake something. She'd do cannolis, or she'd make pie, or cake, tortas, or cookies, or
Man,
something.
that was good.
This finishes it up.
That was absolutely
This
excellent.
is good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good.
Thank
Props to your wife. What's your wife's first name?
Kim.
Tell Miss Kim,
Kim. You
props.
did a great job, Kim.
She did a fantastic job on this banana pudding.
Whoa, Kim.
Thank you so much, Miss Kim.
You're the star of the show.
Definitely.
I don't know about him, but you're the star.
She is the star.
Man,
She
oh
is the
man,
star.
that's good stuff.
Boy, that was good.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
So
you.
how often now are we going to have you come in and visit us?
Anytime you welcome me, I'll be here.
What do you think, Vince? Once every
Man,
2 weeks?
Shoot, man, every week.
Once
Man, every week. Dang.
Every week?
Yeah, have to be.
Oh my goodness, that is
Byron?
fantastic.
Yes, sir.
Thank you
Yes,
so
sir.
much.
Thank
for
you.
being on
Thank
our
you for
show.
having me.
Fantastic.
Thank
Really
you. Thank
appreciate
you.
it, and it was awesome.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So you're going to leave here with a bottle of my wine, and you can enjoy it with Kim at home.
Yes.
And have a little of the food. Have a lot. Now, you never get drunk with the wine.
No.
Just enjoy the food with the wine.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Okay. Absolutely. Thank you so
Byron.
much for
Thank
having
you.
me. Thank you again.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Excellent.
buddy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Well,
Now let's watch a little football.
yeah, we only have about 5 minutes before kickoff, Jackie. But before we do that, I don't know if we have the illustrator
Our
board.
picks?
We can show our picks.
Yeah, let's see if we
We
can
have
do
our
that.
5 picks, and we can get into that. And who's your 5 picks?
Well,
Jackie?
Vince,
There it
you
is,
know,
right there on the board.
There has been some changes. If you notice my picks,
Yep.
a week ago I had the Miami Dolphins at the very top. And then just not understanding coverages the way Vince does, and then after seeing what Sean McDermott and the Buffalo Bills did to stymie the Miami Dolphins and Tua Tagovailoa, I thought to myself, why did I never think about that? They put pressure on him with 4 rushers. They played nickel coverages. They slowed the ball from coming out. They limited the number of yards that he was putting up per pass completion. And it was a totally different team. Now, I'm not going to take Miami out of the equation altogether, but they went from number 1 to number 5, a second number 5, tied with the Ravens on my list. My team is the Chiefs, the 49ers, the Eagles, the Bills, and then I have the Dolphins and the Ravens tied for 5th.
Okay, my 5 picks are, we've got the 49ers, number 1. I still think that they have a system in place where they can run the ball, they can throw the ball, Jackie. They just take advantage of whatever they want. They have a relentless defense.
Right.
They seem to be at the top of their game, so I think they're tough to beat. The Chiefs also are right there.
Definitely.
I like Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes. That team right there can do it all. Now you're getting their defense back together. They should be a great team. The Eagles, of course, they're still there. They're still the team, one of the teams to beat. I have them at 3. The Bills, I think the Bills are a great team as well. And so we got 4, and number 5, I'm going to take the Detroit Lions.
Now that is a little bit surprising to me.
I think Dan Campbell's got this team playing, Jackie. Jared Goff is playing good football. They're running the football. They're playing tough defense. They're just playing lights out, and they have that mentality, that punch you out mentality. They're going to play physical with you, and sometimes that's important. You got to be able to do that as well. But those are our picks. And
can I ask you one question?
Yeah.
What do you think about the Baltimore Ravens? Lamar Jackson had 2 rushing touchdowns, 2 passing touchdowns. And he's throwing the ball perhaps more now than he ever has.
Todd Monken is doing a good job with this offense. And I like John Harbaugh. I think that's a team that is just sitting in the wake of everything. They're letting everything go to the Chiefs. They're letting everything go the Bills' way right now, but they're going to sneak up on everybody. And Lamar Jackson hasn't been prominent in the postseason, but this year could be different.
Could be different.
Don't kick them out. I didn't leave them in my top 5. You got them there. That's a team to contend with because they got a chip on their shoulder, Jackie. They have a chip on their shoulder, and they're going to play like it this year. You watch. They're going to be a team to watch out for in the playoffs.
Just got to hope Lamar stays healthy this year.
That's true. That's true. Let's hope he can be ready for the playoffs.
Absolutely.
Well, they're getting ready to start this game. Pete Carroll is real excited.
He's always excited.
Yeah,
he's guys jumping.
Real motivational coach, isn't he, though, Jackie?
I love that. I love that about him.
Fiery guys. Look at the guys pumped up.
Yeah,
they're all
and that's not fake.
tuned.
That's not fake, man. These guys are getting geeked up and ready to roll, man. They're gonna.
Right.
Their coaches that way. He coaches that way every day. He wants them to compete all the time. Remember the interview we did with him? How he talked about how important competing, play in and play out was to his squad.
And they're ringing that bell in New York, Jackie. The New York pride.
Yeah,
Giants pride.
That's Victor Cruz.
Victor
Cruz is there.
Well, we have to tell you, and let's talk about one last thing, Jackie, which is a very controversial subject. And I have to read to you a little bit of what's happened here with the NFL. The NFL has now started a new policy, a gambling policy, Jackie.
Yes.
And they're going to crack down on this thing. The new policy is a player who places a bet involving his own team will be suspended for 2 years. Bets placed by any players in an NFL game will result in at least 1 year suspension. Betting on any non-NFL sports while at a team facility or a team-related travel will now result in a 2-game suspension for a first violation, 6-game suspension for a second violation, and at least 1 year for a third suspension. So they're cracking down on these. For decades, the NFL stringently separated itself from gambling. They wouldn't even allow employees to take part in March Madness because it's involved with money. Now that they finally embraced it, even having a team in Las Vegas that was once unheard of. Jackie, how do you think these rules are regarding the players?
These rules are something that just has to be put in place. Mm-hmm. There's no doubt about it. There's no question about it. Anybody and everybody who knows anything about the potential negative things that could come up from gambling, they see the necessity of rules like this. You cannot afford to have any person coaching, playing, or involved with an NFL franchise betting on, in particular, their team. I mean, just imagine how devastating that would be if some guy got himself in behind the 8 ball with some of these gamblers, and they came to him and they asked him, listen, we're going to pay off that debt if only you do this, that, or the other. And this, that, or the other compromises the integrity of the game. Yeah. That is the reason why we're seeing this, and that is the reason why I think they're going to these kind of rules are only going to get tougher.
Yeah, I think like you said, you have to preserve the integrity of the game, Jackie. And if you have guys betting on a game and they throw in the game and it could all collapse, and I don't think we'll have the same game we have today.
Because fans want to look. They want to look and see their team play this game competitively and feel that they are playing it fair and hard and that no one is doing anything outside of just playing the game to influence the outcome of the game.
Now, Jackie, there's one interesting comment that was made according to FanDuel, which is one of the betting systems that they have in place. They said that betting on Travis Kelce has increased 40% since he was dating Taylor Swift.
Oh, is that right?
It's like,
wow,
come on, it's like, whoa, this guy's popular now.
That has nothing to do with the integrity, compromise the integrity of the game, and it's kind of a fun thing, because they have been a hot item to talk about in the news over the last.
You see her a lot in the
weeks.
Stands too when you watch.
Yes, it's kind of interesting, fun,
So Jackie, this game just started here. It's for 13 minutes in the first quarter. Just started. The Giants are taking the opening kickoff.
Right.
They just crossed midfield, Jackie. So they got a little running game going. Was that
Walker?
Who was running? No, that's not Walker. That's the Giants running back.
Yeah.
Ashawn,
yes. I think that's who that was. Well, if they can insert this guy in the line of scrimmage enough and then consistently get yards, because he just picked up he just converted. I think it was about 4 yards he got on that play.
Now, is that Barkley in the backfield?
No, Barkley. Remember, he's
out. Barkley's out. Okay, he's not playing.
Out. And if they can just consistently give these guys, give Daniel Jones a rushing attack in front of him, now he may have a chance to be successful. But what they can't do, Vince, is they can't fall behind. This is where the Giants have, they've shot themselves in the foot. They did it with the Cardinals, who don't have Kyler Murray. They did it with the Cowboys to start the season. They got behind and just could not dig themselves out of the hole that they were in.
Yeah, a little play action pass here on second down. And, that's what Daniel Jones can do. He can get outside the pocket.
Yes.
He's got some mobility. He can move the pocket around. And, again, like you said, the running game is important because that sets up the play action.
Right.
So third down coming up. And Seattle's defense has stepped it up since first week against the Rams.
They certainly have. And you knew that was going to happen, though.
Yeah.
Pete Carroll's
the defensive
That's his baby.
coach.
That's his baby, the defensive side of the ball. And, you got that kid Adams back and healthy and flying around. So it's going to be, a fun game to continue to watch.
Right.
That was a big play there.
That was a big play by the Giants. The Giants just completed a third down pass for a first down and to Robinson. And, this is interesting because you play a loose zone coverage on third and intermediate, Jackie. And, those flat routes are wide open.
Right.
So you can see the inside receiver run a little flat route. He had plenty of room to catch and run.
The Giants have a pretty decent offensive line as well.
Yeah.
They got good size up there. The defensive line they've invested in their linemen. They got some.
Well, there's good pass protection.
Some good
they employed
physical guys.
Yeah, they employed 2 tight ends in that system, Jackie, and that pass protection. They kept both tight ends in. Mm-hmm. So we say when we have one tight end in, we usually say low for slow, and if it's 2 tight ends, low. So they had a little play action with both tight ends. Great pass protection for the quarterback, but nobody was open. Good coverage downfield.
Perhaps because there were 2 tight ends instead of the extra receiver down there to be covered.
And then you got a glimpse of Brian Daboll, the coach, who's
I
mastermind this whole
I like
offense.
him. I like Brian Daboll. He's tough.
Yeah.
He's demanding, and guys like him.
Yep. Well, he's a winner, Jackie. I mean, he knows the ingredients to win the game. So he's creative too, as well. And anytime you have a quarterback that can
do that,
yeah, that's take a bad play. Oh, there's your
Adams. He's got a concussion.
Yeah.
You know what he did, Vince?
He's woozy.
He drove himself. He was trying to tackle Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones gave him an inside move and then flipped it to the outside, and he drove his head into the turf with that inside move.
Wow.
That's what happened.
Yeah, that's
Now
that's
that
a
having to
shakeup
take,
because that's the star on the
he couldn't even
defense.
stand up.
No.
Watch
was
his head.
shaky.
You see his head? See his head? Oh, he
Well,
got kicked
he
in the
got
head.
kicked.
He got kicked in the head. Then he landed on it.
Yeah.
See?
Right, he went
Right
down.
there, he got kicked in the head. Then he landed on his head,
Mm.
and he's
Yeah, it's tough.
he's concussed.
Right. Yeah, they'll have to take him in. Yeah, he's a little woozy there, Jack.
No, definitely. And he's one of the interesting thing about him. He's one of the more physical,
Yeah.
big hitters on Seattle's team.
Right.
Well, they got the middle linebacker
And
back,
they got,
Vince,
yeah, they got
who just made a tackle.
right.
He did a good job
Yeah,
for
he's
the
putting
Rams
his
last
hand
year.
up there.
He did a good job for the Rams last year.
Yeah,
Bobby
Bobby
Wagner.
Wagner. Yeah, sure. That's he's an all-pro type of linebacker,
Definitely.
Jackie.
You know, a lot of people think that Bobby Wagner is a Hall of Fame player.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is, Jackie. He's had such a brilliant career, and now look at his age, he's still playing remarkable football.
Remarkable football. And he's a leader too. He just doesn't show up and try to get his job done. He's one of those guys got to be making a lot of calls all the time. Which
Yeah, they just put a graphic up there. There are 18 straight consecutive attempts on 3rd and 1 or 4th and 1, Jackie. They've made the game, but that time they did not make it.
yeah.
So that's the first time in 18 tries they did not make a
They, were,
one-yard
they were
gain.
stuffed at that particular time.
Wow. Yep. Well,
Okay.
Jackie, you know, that's we want to encourage our viewers to continue to watch the game, this Monday Night Football game, and stay tuned for our next episode. We'll have our predictions.
Don't forget to remind them that whoever comes
Oh, yes.
with closest to the combined score of this game without going over,
Right.
Vince is going to send you a bottle of his wine.
So you win that wine. And good luck to all our viewers. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing to On Point Live with Vince and Jackie. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram at on.point.live. So until next time, Jackie,
Stay on point.